make something. Okay, this is just setting up the video here, Linton, and you've got your water.
It's
Excellent.
Lovely, thank you. So warm. Thank you for the refreshing water.
It is warm today. It's
Hate
gorgeous.
to get dehydrated.
Yes, it's just gorgeous on this island. Okay, so Linton, nice to see you again.
Yeah, same here, Roz.
Yeah. So the notes made sense to you, and when we talked, you could relate to that approach.
Yes, I could.
Yeah.
So there's no problem there.
Yeah, good. And you've had a chance to think about like the picture books. We talked about picture books.
I think so. I think we'll go with a couple of those.
Those ideas that you mentioned.
Yep.
Yeah, good.
That'll be good.
That the story endings and fantastic. All right. So we've done all that. So today we're just going to go through just a procedure for this language experience approach.
Yeah.
All right. So you've read the theory.
Yes.
And before we start, just some examples of some things that you think, some experiences you think you would use with the children here in this context of Magnetic Island.
On the island. Well, on the island they do have a pretty free lifestyle, unlike in the cities and larger towns. So I would go with fishing. A lot of the children do go fishing often. So I'd go with fishing, camping, bushwalking, golfing.
Of course.
Quite a few play golf. Yeah. So all of those outdoor experiences, because they are very outdoor orientated children.
Good. And they can relate to all of that. And that's what we want with these children. We want to work from where they're at.
Yes.
So we're talking about children with difficulties with reading in particular, but literacy all round.
Yeah, so if they can relate to what they've been doing, great.
Good. And it's such a great program because it covers all the aspects of literacy, and the oral language is really a basis for all of literacy. And as you would know with your experience with children.
So we get them to talk through first, and then...
The talk's so important, and the stimulus for the talk is the experience, which we've already had.
Yes.
Yeah, good. So in this example today, I'm going to use the experience of a sports carnival, which doesn't sound very practical
but we've just
at the moment. You've had one in this heat?
That's good.
Great. Even in this heat, of course, you've got to have your sports carnivals.
We do.
Good. I probably should have used a swimming carnival, which...
Well, that happens at the end of the year when it's really hot, so...
Okay, good.
We just recently had the athletics.
Good. So that's experience I'm going to use. But I've also got a few other examples here.
Oh, right.
So we could have used experiences such as cooking.
Yes.
And you did say that you get to do that with the children a lot.
I do that a lot. I do.
Yeah. And this is a very simple, making a sandwich.
Yes.
And some kids have never done that before.
No. So we do that quite frequently as well.
Fantastic.
Learning procedures and so on.
Good. Procedure. Excellent. Yeah. And with the advantages of these, if you mix up the pictures, and what would you focus on maybe with these?
With those, well, I'd focus on procedure, but also order of events, so getting the event order.
Yes, yeah. And the language such as first.
Yes, first, then next, and
beautiful.
Then finally or last. Yes. So all of that language.
And good. And I love using cooking because there are, those words, the verbs. We can start each sentence with a verb.
Yes.
And I know that, kids with English as a second language, sometimes they find that very difficult, like mix, pour, spread, and they're good. And
the same as the sequencing words too, so the whole thing, that's
excellent.
A good idea.
And I know this looks very basic, but we've got some pictures here of someone brushing their teeth.
Yes. Well, again, that's something hopefully every child does at least twice a day.
Yes.
We do push that.
Yeah, good. And sometimes we have kids with, high needs.
Yes.
And we need the visuals for them too, and we can use their language, and we can talk about it. And of course, these would be bigger. Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll start with the sports carnival experience. So, Linton, you're actually going to be my student. So if I sound a bit patronising, I'm talking down to you.
Okey-doke.
Okay?
Yep, that's fine.
All right. So you've had the sports carnival, and hopefully the teachers or you have approached the teacher and said, oh, I'll take some photos. It'd be great for these children especially. So hopefully there are lots of photos.
Yep. So
you choose the photos, hopefully with that particular student in the photo. So this is the student here, and here he is getting a medal at the end.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to leave this one out for now.
Okey-doke.
We were just talking about sequence. Yeah, and this student is one with high needs. Well, yeah, learning difficulties. So I'm going to leave that for later. All right, so you're my student.
Rightio.
All right, so we'll go through
I'm
the procedure
with
here.
the high needs.
Well, high needs in we're English. We'll say literacy. Yeah. Doesn't mean you're not intelligent.
That's
Okay.
for sure.
Right, good.
Just need a bit of help with
And you might
organising.
just need to be engaged and inspired. All right. And you had a great time at this carnival, and I thought, wow, we are going to make the most of this. You were so proud of that medal.
I can see my smiling face and all the
Yes,
pictures.
look at
very
this
happy
one.
and cheerful. Yep, thrilled
You
to bits
are
and
wrapped.
the reward.
Yeah,
at the end.
good. All right, so I'm going to go to step one,
Okey-doke.
which is recall and reflect upon the procedure using visuals.
Yes.
And I'm going to use some guiding questions.
Okey-doke.
I'm going to try and get the language from you.
Right.
All right. So, Linton, what did we do the other day? What happened at the school?
We had the sports carnival.
We did. You were so happy.
I loved it.
I could tell. Look at these photos.
I really loved that because I caught up. I'd beaten Billy, he was way back here,
Yeah.
and I was catching right up to Joe, he was in the front. But
Yeah.
guess what? I didn't beat him, but I caught up to him,
You
and he's
did.
the fastest kid in the class.
Yeah. Now your language is quite good, so wouldn't
Okay.
expect that, but
No,
that's all right.
okay.
But you're telling me, and I would be told, hopefully, all those things by the
Yes.
child, because I now see how excited I got the child. Got
That's
you.
right.
All right. So this is good. This is what we want. I've engaged you. Yes, I've got the engagement. So it's not like, oh, I'll get it right again. I don't want to do this. I probably wouldn't have this showing, because this instantly tells Billy,
There's a writing.
we're going to
activity
write
coming.
today. We're not even thinking about the writing yet at this stage. So I'm only putting this here for the camera so we can actually see the pictures clearly.
Rightio.
So you don't even have to have the book open at all yet.
No, it could be just on the table.
However, if you've been using this approach for a while, trust me, the child will love their book. Because it's like we're going to do something else that's fun, and
yes.
I'm going to go to my class and share it afterwards, or you can take copies and they can take it home to share with their family.
Okay.
So the book shouldn't be intimidating. And look at this one here. What and you'd ask, what? Remember what you did here? What was your class doing there? You'd probably say, what was your class doing?
Oh, so this is our class.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we'll say this is your class.
Okey-doke. So we were in a running race.
You were running. That's one of the things you did today. Good. Do you remember when that happened and the whole class went out? Do you remember what happened when you had to all put down your bags, and then what was the
first thing we did?
Yeah. This was the first thing you did.
My bag was near Billy's bag, but that was my spot, and he went and put his bag right next to my bag, and that didn't make me very pleased.
Maybe Billy likes you.
No,
Maybe
was
he just
trying
wants to
pinch
be
my
your
spot.
friend.
No, he was trying to pinch my spot.
But you know what? Look how well you did in the race.
Oh, yep, I beat him.
I bet you were happy because you beat Billy.
I did.
So that's important to you, that you beat Billy in the race.
Because he kept saying he was the fastest. He kept saying that he would beat me.
Yeah. So that's something that I would hone in on, that probably wouldn't want to go and share that with the class if Billy's in the class. I beat Billy in the race, but I'd probably tell you to take that home, to share it at home.
Yes.
Because you were very proud of that. Now, kids will often, I don't know if it's here in Queensland, but I've noticed in Tasmania and in Victoria, I bet, Billy. So if you want to work on something like that, the grammar, that would be a really good sentence to hone in on. So it depends on what your focus is. So the teacher may have said to me as a teacher aide, you know, I really want Billy to work on sequencing and recall. So that's why I said, well, first, what did you do first? Yeah. That was in the morning. Oh, that was just before lunch, actually. Then we had lunch. What happened after lunch?
Which?
And you can look at the photos
event?
to remind you what happened at the carnival. Look at the photos. This shows us.
We did the hurdles.
Yeah, so I would just assume that maybe this child wouldn't say hurdles. He'd probably say, oh, we did jumping. I said, you know, I was jumping. Or I'd say, yes, he jumped over the hurdles. So if we're trying to get that vocab, we can just tell. I guess it depends on what the focus is. So you've probably had a chat with the class teacher, and that's where you can use your questions, your simple questions with the visuals.
Yeah.
And this one, look how much fun you're having. You're laughing in that photo.
Yes, that was my favourite event.
Your favourite. Yeah, the sack race.
Yes.
Okay, and you're in the orange sack, aren't you?
I'm in that orange one.
Yeah.
It's different to all the others.
Yeah. Do you know what colour the others are?
Is that a bluey sort of colour?
It is. It's purple.
Oh.
That's very clever because purple's made with red and blue. Yeah, it's a purple.
I wanted that orange one though.
Oh.
So that's my favourite colour.
Great. So I can tell the most important thing about this was that you beat Billy. No, not Billy. Was it?
Yeah, Billy.
Billy. I thought you were Billy, but that's all right. We know
that's
this
okay.
is... You just... Yep.
I was getting a bit confused then.
And you were excited that you had the orange sack.
Yes.
And I've got another photo here about with the jumping. So do you remember what I said these were called? So I'm just pretending, all right? So hurdles. Do you want to say hurdles? Hurdles. Good. So these are, look, you are actually, I'm changing your...
I'll just remember her.
Now, this is a bit awkward because you are not the actual child.
No.
So I keep changing your ability constantly. So I'm going from someone who needs language, someone who needs sequencing. Is this confusing you? The way I'm changing who you are as a student? Or do you understand that I'm just giving you examples of different guiding questions?
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, good. Good. All right. So I'm going to mix these up. And I've also got another one here of you with your medal. You seem very happy. Do you think you could put them in order of the day? What happened earlier in the day and then maybe about the middle and then later in the day?
That's a bit tricky. Well, I know I got this at the end, so I'm going to pop that down.
It's fantastic. You did, and I like the way you used the word "the end."
Thank you. Now, next,
You're a very polite child.
Let's have a look. I think this running one was first.
Well done. That was after we put the
our
bags down and somebody stole your spot.
That was Billy. That made me feel angry.
Yeah, but wasn't it great that you didn't hold on to that anger? Or maybe that anger helped you in the race. No, I shouldn't be saying that to a student. Yeah. But wasn't it good?
My friend Nick said, don't worry. Don't worry about it. That's his problem.
Yeah.
And after that, I didn't worry anymore.
You didn't? No.
But I did kick his bag when I walked past.
Okay. All right. Anyway, you're doing such a good job here. You were so focused before, so we'll get back to it. I think you've done a great job. And these were...
It's my birthday soon.
These were in the middle of the day. That's why you've left a big space here.
Yes.
Very good. So that's great. So do you know, if this is before lunch, we can call this morning and we can call this afternoon.
It was. It was hot. And I can tell by the shadows.
Yeah. Okay. So we have just had just
And see, the
different.
shadows aren't very big here, so that
Yeah.
is after lunch.
You're a very
'Cause we
clever
just learnt
student.
we just learned
So
about
I'm guessing because you're so intelligent, you have some kind of dyslexia because you are so verbal, but you just can't get this down.
that. No.
Yeah.
Probably
All right.
why I thought that was
Okay. Now we're going to go back to no children at the moment. Okay.
Back to
So what we just did then, you were multiple children. You had a very split personality there, and that was an example of different questions we could ask. So can you? I'll just give you a few seconds though. Think of anything else that you could do with these photos. What another focus could be for the student. So let's say a student that
looking
really,
at the different movements, I guess. The verbs.
Good. The verbs. Beautiful.
Running, jumping, hopping, holding.
Excellent. Yes. Yeah, love that.
Okay.
Good. And we can also talk about feelings because a lot of the kids, especially the kids, say, in the spectrum, in the autism spectrum, they have a lot of trouble identifying their feelings. So if they, and quite often it's only happy or sad.
Yes.
And a lot of young children can't really go beyond that either.
No.
So we can probably start using words like, proud, beautiful, took the word out of my mouth, love it, and excited, and so we can try and extend
we can list those words as we discuss it with.
Oh, fantastic!
Oh.
Yes, and you could even write them, and how you can get the different smiley faces, like the emoticons, what they're called.
Yep, the emoticons.
So you'd have the visual there with the word just there for those kids. Fantastic. We're going to stop this now because hopefully it's working.
Okay.
And we'll start the next bit.
Rightio.